This is the QTV Nightly News, which is also on Q Radio 103.3 FM, and I am Jul Denjai. Thank you for joining us. Here are the headlines. President Adama Barrow has urged ECOWAS member states to support Guinea's transition back to democratic governance following his return from Guinea-Conakry, where he attended the swearing-in of President Mamadi Doumbouya. The Banjul City Council on Friday hosted a ceremony to welcome Alex Desolme, mayor of North Miami, USA, and his delegation during their visit to the Gambia. Hiwaun Travel and Tours, in partnership with Kanifing General Hospital, conducted medical screenings for intending 2026 Hajj pilgrims at its Latrikunda German office complex over the weekend. Janjambure is set to host the 9th edition of the Kangurang Festival from the 23rd to the 26th of January 2026, celebrating the vibrancy of Gambian culture and heritage. And in sports news, Senegal were crowned champions of African Cup of Nations champions after edging Morocco 1-0 in a dramatic and chaotic final in Rabat, where Pape Gueye securing victory with a powerful extra time strike. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. Thank you very much for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, this is the QTV Nightly News. Now, President Adama Barrow has called on ECOWAS member states to support Guinea as it transitions back to democratic governance, saying he is a strong advocate of democracy and a firm believer in the rule of law. He was speaking to the media on his return from Guinea-Conakry, where he attended the swearing-in ceremony of Guinea's newly elected president, Mamadi Doumbouya. Aliou Cissé tells us more.
Mesdames et messieurs, accueillons sous vos chaleureuses ovations Son Excellence, Monsieur Adama Barrow, Président de la République de Gambie.
President Barrow says the end of military transition in Guinea marks a significant milestone for democracy in the ECOWAS sub-region. President Barrow, who joined other African heads of state at the inauguration ceremony in Conakry on Saturday, described the election as peaceful, transparent, and widely endorsed across the region.
We seize the opportunity to congratulate Doumbouya and congratulate the Guinean people for organizing a very peaceful election, transparent election also, and endorsed by the sub-region. So going forward, we will call on all the ECOWAS member countries to support Guinea so that we will consolidate the democracy in our sub-region.
However, civil liberties advocates raise concerns over a crackdown on protesters and deterioration in press freedom under the junta. Equally, major opposition figures were either barred or were in exile, leaving Doumbouya, who won with 86.72% with no strong challengers. President Barrow reaffirmed ECOWAS' commitment to democratic governance and the rule of law, describing democracy as the foundation for stability and development in the region.
I think it is very important to the sub-region. The end of military transition in Guinea is a new start for democracy going forward. And ECOWAS, we believe in democracy and we believe in rule of law. So I think it is important for all of us to be present, to support Guinea with their new democracy. Personally, I am a big fan of democracy and I believe in the rule of law.
He urged ECOWAS member states to rally behind Guinea as it reintegrates fully into the regional bloc following years of political transition following the coup by Doumbouya, which ousted Alpha Condé in 2021. He called for sustained regional support to help consolidate democracy not only in Guinea but across the ECOWAS sub-region. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cissé.
Now, the Banjul City Council on Friday hosted a ceremony to welcome Alex Desolme, mayor of North Miami, Miami, USA, and his delegation during their visit to the Gambia. Fatou Gay tells us more. The ceremony formed part of engagements between the Banjul City Council and the City of North Miami, aimed at strengthening bilateral relationships and enhancing cooperation between the two cities. The visit comes 4 years after the mayors of Banjul and North Miami signed a sister city agreement establishing a formal partnership between the two municipalities to promote city-to-city collaboration, mutual understanding and international cooperation. Rohi Malik Low, the mayoress of Banjul, highlighted the purpose and significance of the visit.
This relationship is a testament to the power of connecting cities, proving that even cities and ozone apart can indeed build bridges of understanding and mutual progress.
The mayor of North Miami, Alex Dusumi, expressed appreciation for the warm reception accorded to him and his delegation. He acknowledged the progress made since the inception of the partnership and emphasized the importance of cooperation between cities in addressing common challenges.
We have collaborated on many projects in engaging in meaningful exchanges and travel internationally to promote our respective cities and shared values. We exchanged ideas on education, business development, and strategies on to improve the quality of life of all residents.
The welcoming ceremony celebrated Gambian and Banjul culture, highlighting the city's rich diversity and heritage. Traditional performances, music and masquerades were showcased to promote cultural exchange. Banjul, renowned for its cultural significance, hosts annual festivals that draws participants from across the Gambia and beyond. The city is home to traditional masquerades, including hunting performances and other indigenous displays that celebrates its history. Representing the Awodi Osha Society, Mr. Winston Shingle highlighted Banjul's cultural heritage and the role of traditional societies in preserving African identity.
Since our founding in 1926, we have stood as custodian of tradition, bridging generation through the secret art of Oje and the value it carries.
In recognition for his efforts to promote African culture and foster cultural cooperation, Alex Dusumi was honored with the title African Champion of Culture by Awodi Osha Society. The visit of Mayor Dusumi and his delegation underscores the enduring partnership between Banjul and North Miami, celebrating shared culture, strengthening ties and promoting cooperation for mutual growth and understanding. Reporting for QTV News, this is Fatou Gay. Tivaouane Travel and Tours, in partnership with Kangurang General Hospital, conducted medical screenings for intending 2026 Hajj pilgrims at its Latri Kunda German office complex over the weekend. The exercise was to ensure that all intending pilgrims are medically fit to undertake the physically demanding pilgrimage in May. Let's have more details of that in this report by Mamna Buka.
The medical exercise is a crucial requirement to ensure that all intending pilgrims meet the strict health standards set by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, a necessary step for completing the pilgrimage registration and securing their Hajj visas. The screening will identify any potential health issues early, allowing pilgrims to receive necessary advice or treatment before they depart to minimize the risk of medical emergencies during Hajj. Dr. Alaji Mane, surgeon and head of the medical team from Kangurang General Hospital, and Dr. Mariama Sonko, pilgrim's medical doctor for Tivaouane Travel and Tours, emphasized the importance of this health screening initiative.
Within the working hours in the hospital, time is limited. But the whole of the weekend is dedicated to the pilgrims. So we have ample time from morning to evening to screen them, to educate them, to prepare them better.
hypertension will be there forever, the diabetes will be there. So we continue taking their blood pressures, we continue the counseling that we do in terms of their diets and then their medications.
Intending pilgrims Fatoumata Ba and Muhammadu Baba Jallo shared their appreciation of the initiative.
The way this medicals is organized need to be emulated by other travel agencies. We came in the morning and we were seated comfortably and all the tests are going and the flow is so even. There is no chaos.
ñëw fii di toppatoo ay kayit ci lopitaan bi di dem di ñëw daan na nekk coono rëy ci ñoom.
For many of us, especially those traveling from far regions, navigating a hospital on our own to get a medical certificate will have been a major challenge. Instead of leaving us to struggle with the difficulties of the process, Tivaouane Travel made everything easy. They truly turned what could have been a stressful task into a very smooth experience.
Preparation for Hajj is crucial for pilgrims. Imam Alhaji Basiru Lee, the senior Hajj guide for Tivaouane Travel and Tours, highlighted the importance of educating and sensitizing pilgrims ahead of the pilgrimage.
Most of them, those who are traveling, they never experience Hajj. But we bring them to the sensitization, we explain them in the level that they understand. Some of them, they never travel to Banjul. And from Banjul, you take them directly to Medina, where Medina is another lifestyle is there. So we start telling them the programs and activities that they're going to meet.
Aja Mariama Aduletsi, Managing Director of Tivaouane Travel and Tours, expressed optimism forecasting a successful 2026 Hajj.
The Saudis are more strict this year. They have taken stingy measures to make sure that all companies or all countries comply with their deadlines in terms of whatever you need to do. The Office of the Amir and the Minister of Health, the Minister of Religious Affairs are working in close collaboration with us, the operators, to make sure that that is going to happen, inshallah.
The health screening and sensitization exercise ensures pilgrims are well prepared, medically fit and informed, providing a strong foundation for a safe, successful and spiritually rewarding 2026 Hajj pilgrimage. Mam Nabuka, reporting for QTV News.
We will now go for a commercial break. When we return, we have more local and sports news stories for you. Do stay tuned. Good health starts with what is on your plates. That is why the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations FAO and the Ministry of Health have partnered to develop the food-based dietary guidelines to help us meet our nutritional needs, promote health and prevent disease. Consume 6 servings of staple foods daily. A serving could be half a bowl of boiled rice or half a loaf of tapa-lapa bread. Include whole grains and tubers like cassava and potatoes for a balanced meal. Make biofortified foods a priority, like orange flesh, sweet potato, or iron-rich cowpea. And choose fortified rice and flour for added nutrition. Eating well starts with a simple choice variety. Follow the food-based dietary guidelines for a healthier Gambia. Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is the QTV Nightly News. Now, Janjambure is set to host the 9th Kangurang Festival from the 23rd to 26th January 2026, celebrating the vibrancy of Gambian culture and heritage. Theme on masking tradition, celebrating identity. The festival will feature traditional masquerades, music, dance, and community rituals, showcasing the rich cultural heritage of both the region and the nation. Yafatu Gay tells us more.
Central to the Janjambure Kangurang Festival is the Kangurang Masquerade, an ancient Mandinka tradition symbolizing a spiritual guardian associated with initiation rites. The Kangurang symbolizes discipline, respect, and community values. Festival activities feature masked performances, drums, dancing and storytelling, celebrated as a living tradition rather than a staged performance. Mohamed Jabate, Public Relations Officer of the organizing committee, stated that the festival plays a vital role in preserving culture, educating young people and safeguarding the town's cultural identity.
The importance of this festival, this is very, very important because it helps us to know our roots, where we come from, what our forefathers were doing, and then the cultures, and then the morals, not only the but the morals, behaviors of us towards the people.
Revived in 2018 after a long hiatus with support from international partners, the festival has since grown into an annual event that promotes both heritage and cultural tourism. Loli M. Kamara, Head of Media and Publicity, highlighted that this year's festival will feature greater excitement, stronger performances and broader community participation.
A lot of new things has been added up to the menu this year, especially when it comes to arts and the taste of Gambia. You will see a lot of Gambian food, batik, hair braiding, sand painting. We'll have the Kanyalings. They will come and entertain us. And for the first time, we'll have them take part in the festival.
Loli M. Kamara and Mohamed Jabate also highlighted key successes and milestones of the Janjanbureh Kangurang Festival. They noted that since its revival, the festival has grown steadily, earning greater national and international recognition and drawing increasing numbers of visitors to Janjanbureh each year.
So you go to town right now, you will see these businesses are getting set for the festival because they know, it's going to boost their income, it's going to boost their visibility.
It helps in creating a lot of job opportunities for the young, for the youth of Janjanbureh, not only for the youth of Janjanbureh, but also we help a lot in Janjanbureh.
The organizers say the Janjanbureh Kangurang Festival have evolved beyond a cultural celebration into a catalyst of community development. They highlighted its role in preserving the Kangurang tradition, increasing youth and community engagement, creating jobs, boosting local businesses, and reinforcing Janjanbureh's status as a hub for cultural and heritage tourism. They added that the festival's ongoing success underscores its importance in sustaining Gambian culture and urged sponsors and partners to support its growth and long-term sustainability. Reporting for QTV News, this is Yafat Gay.
Now, the Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Abdoulaye Diop, has defended government efforts to develop tourism infrastructure and diversify the Gambia's tourism product, denying claims of failure in the main tourism development area. Aliou Cisse has the details.
The former Energy and Petroleum Minister and current Tourism and Culture Minister, Abdoulaye Diop, for the first time publicly responded to the finding of the Parliamentary Finance and Public Accounts Committee, Public Enterprises Committee, which recommended his censure over alleged $30 million Russian oil export policy. The Joint Committee had cited what it described as lack of due process and abuse of authority. However, the minister rejects such a characterization and insists there was no scandal to begin with.
My question is always, what is the scandal? But I think the matter, by now, by their own conclusion, has been settled that nothing could be established. Yeah, so and furthermore, the fact of the matter is that product which was brought in this country is the same way that other international traders have been bringing product in this country.
The minister argues that the petroleum products in question were never owned by the Gambia government, stressing that international traders dominate the fuel supply chain, with oil marketing companies merely purchasing and selling to consumers. He also dismissed claims that cabinet approval was lacking, stating that the parliament overstepped its mandate by questioning cabinet procedures.
You see, with all due respect to the committee and the National Assembly has its standing orders. Nobody tells the National Assembly what to do with respect to its internal operations. If you're not a member of cabinet, how can you decide or say that something is fictitious?
Addressing concerns that his permanent secretary was sidelined in the process, the minister cited the Petroleum Products Act of 2016, which grants policy authority directly to the minister, not the administrative head. He also rejected allegations that the policy favored Apogee FZC, noting that multiple international traders had access to fuel depots.
But here we have seen Honorable Jar Oil and other licenses or MCs, as you just tell us, told the Parliament that they were repeatedly denied storage while Apogee occupied the depot.
No.
So why was only one company able to operate in practice?
No, that is an operational issue between the depot and whoever has a product. If you have your store, Aliu, today, how you get money is based on what people store in your store. So the depot, if they have somebody that has a product today, and they store that product to provide for national security supply for the country, would you wait for somebody that doesn't have the product? No.
On claims of interference in a police investigation into Apogee's commercial director, the minister denied wrongdoing. When asked whether he was politically protected after cabinet rejected Parliament's recommendation for censure, the minister was firm.
No, it's the facts that vindicated me, it's the facts that protected me.
If you were to be reassigned again as the Minister of Energy and Petroleum, what is that one thing you will love to fix again?
I'll just do my level best. That's what I'll always continue to do. Try to do what is right, without fear or favor.
Now heading the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, Minister Job defended his reassignment, saying leadership qualifies him for the role. Since taking over in March of 2024, he says his ministry is revising the national tourism policy, rolling out a 5-year strategy and strengthening public-private collaboration through what he calls the Team Gambia framework. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliu Sise.
Coming up next is sports news. Senegal were crowned Africa Cup of Nations champions after edging Morocco 1-0 in a dramatic and chaotic final in Rabat, with Pape Gueye securing victory with a powerful extra-time strike. Many fans watched the game on a giant screen set up by QCell at its headquarters on Caraba Avenue, and Jacqueline Coley brings us their reactions.
As the Teranga Lions took on the Atlas Lions, Africa's two top-ranked teams, jubilant fans supporting Senegal and Morocco were in high spirits, hoping their respective countries will clinch the much-coveted trophy, as victory for either nation will have marked a second AFCON title. The match began with both teams showing quality, but Senegal dominated possession throughout the opening stages. Morocco came in their own in the second half, determined not to let down the noisy and passionate home crowd. As the match seemed to be heading to extra time, the final was in danger of being overshadowed and remembered for all the wrong reasons. The Senegal team, prompted by their coach Pape Thiaw, temporarily refused to play after the hosts were awarded a stoppage time penalty, with the match goalless, some 4 minutes after Senegal had a disallowed goal. Referee Jean-Jacques Ndala gave the spot kick in the 98th minute, after being advised by the video assistant referee to consult the pitch side monitor and review defender Alhaji Malik Diouf's challenge on Brahim Diaz. Amid sensational scenes, head coach Pape Thiaw, still incensed by Ndala's decision moments earlier to disallow a Senegal goal, ushered his team off the pitch. Senegal star player Sadio Mane stayed on the pitch and tried to encourage his teammates to return and finish the game. Following a delay of around 17 minutes, the players did eventually return. Real Madrid forward Diaz, the tournament's top scorer, with 5 goals, and the man who had protested loudest for the penalty, was entrusted with the spot kick. However, his team effort to score a Panenka-style penalty was easily caught by Senegal keeper Edouard Mendy, who barely had to move, and Ndala immediately blew his whistle for full time. Villarreal midfielder Pape Gueye then scored the winning goal in the 4th minute of extra time, to take the decision out of the hands of on-field or VAR officials to seal a second triumph in 5 years for the Lions. This was Senegal's 4th AFCON final appearance overall and their 3rd out of the last 4 editions of the tournament. For Morocco, the hosts and favourites, it was their 3rd AFCON final, with this one coming 21 years after their previous final appearance. Here are some fans' reactions outside the QCell headquarters.
Football, Senegal, they have one of the best teams in Africa.
The Senegal are truly the best in Africa. They showcase that they are truly the giant of Africa. Congratulations to them. The gesture by QCell shows that the Senegambian relation truly exists. We are grateful to have watched this game here as a family. And I'm happy that my nation won.
No, I'm happy for Senegal. I was supporting Senegal.
After an exhilarating tournament, Brahim Diaz claimed the Golden Boot with 5 goals. Moroccan goalkeeper Yacine Bono considered just 2 goals, earning the Golden Glove as goalkeeper of the tournament. Sadio Mane of Senegal had further reason to celebrate, earning the coveted Player of the Tournament award. Against the odds, including playing the host and seeming to be 1 penalty kick away from defeat, the Teranga Lions roared in Morocco, triumphing to secure the 2nd ever AFCON title in a thrilling display of skill and determination. Reporting for KTV News, I am Jacqueline Koli.
Congratulations to the Teranga Lions. Well, this is all we have time for, but before we go, here is a recap of the headlines. President Adama Barrow has urged ECOWAS member states to support Guinea's transition back to democratic governance following his return from Guinea-Conakry, where he attended the swearing-in ceremony of President Mamadi Doumbouya. The Banjul City Council on Friday hosted a ceremony to welcome Alex de Soume, mayor of North Miami, USA, and his delegation during his visit to the Gambia. Tiwawun Travel and Tours, in partnership with Kanifing General Hospital, conducted medical screening for intending 2026 Hajj pilgrims at its Latrikunda German office complex over the weekend. And Janjambure is set to host the 9th Kangurang Festival from the 23rd to 26th of January 2026, celebrating the vibrancy of Gambian culture and heritage. And in sports news, Senegal were crowned Africa Cup of Nations champions after edging Morocco 1-0 in a dramatic and chaotic final in Rabat, with Pape Gueye securing victory with a powerful extra time strike. That is all we have for you in this edition of the News Bulletin. Do join us again at 10 p.m. for another News Bulletin. Thank you for watching.